Alright, Sinnoh. Sinnoh. Honestly, this is the Aura Guardian's favorite region. For good reason. It has a great starter, although it was irrelevant because we already have one of those. And honestly, it has his second favorite. And just for the sake of him, I'll even talk about his second favorite Pokemon. I'll also leave a link to the description to his channel. Go check him out, subscribe to him, and tell him that I sent you. Now, I'm not asking to do a collab with you, Aura Guardian, but I'm just trying to help you out, bud. I've been watching your videos, and you're like one of the reasons I started doing YouTube. How talented can I be? Alright, Turtwig to Torterra. I find Turtwig to be surprisingly the most adorable. Growl kind of lost that cuteness, and then Torterra. Oh. Where have you gone, bud? And there's Gym Charter and Fernape, and this is where what I said about Blaziken starts. This is what flaw. This is the flaw from I talked about in Gen 3, not the too much water, the firefighting typing for the fire starters. We'll carry on from there to here, and then to the Unova. So, yeah. Now, oh my god, look, I am not saying I hate Infernape, but I think the typing is just overdone. That's all. Not much more to say. Piplup to Empoleon, why doesn't Dom love me? I'm just kidding. I don't know why I'm going. Brimpearl just it looks ridiculous. But Empoleon, Water Steel, where can you go wrong? Where can you go wrong? Tell me. It's like you are taking neutral damage from fire, but back then Steel type was the best. Like, it resisted dark. And then in Gen 6 they fixed that. And I might actually bring up some other gens, like previous and future ones, for some of these videos. So yeah, that's kind of I'll be kind of spoiling some of the things. So yeah. And Empoleon, to me, is the better starter. Now, for Lucario, now I know I did say I'm going to talk about the important ones, but, Aura Guardian is basically the reason I'm starting YouTube. So, I guess Lucario is important. To me, at least. And to him. Back then, Lucario was a monster. Like, it was just strong. Then came the other regions where they kind of nerfed it a bit until it got the buff of a Mega Evolution Gen 6, but that came at the compromise of some defense. So, in the EverQuest, so if this was EverQuest, Lucario would be the sorcerer, because as the one thing they share is they're both glass cannons. More so with Mega Lucario. But yeah. Now, the legendaries. The Lake Guardians Uxie Mesprit himself. Uxie, I don't have much to say about. Mesprit, kind of the same, and there's all same. Like, I can't say much about the Lake Guardians. Dialga, from, it's gonna be like one of the most unique typing, Steel Dragon. And I mean, you are taking neutral damage from fire, but that eliminates some weaknesses. And until Gen 6, you don't have to bother taking any fade type damage because that didn't exist. But in Gen 6, you'll be taking neutral. Same with all the dragon type weaknesses, you'll only be taking neutral damage from it. So there's only 2 weaknesses it generally has: ground and fighting. I think Dialga can learn Earth Power, so that eliminates. I don't. I think it can. Dialga can learn. What was that? Fighting types are weak to. That might eliminate that, and I think that's the same with the ground types. I don't know. And the box art thing I mentioned with ground and Kyogre, I'll share the Dialga and Palkia. As for Palkia, I prefer this one over Dialga because I think it's way more cooler. And plus, I love the idea of it being able to spend space. And its signature move is kind of similar to Lugia's. Only instead of doing special damage, it's doing physical damage. And plus, they both have a high critical hit rate. Heatran, I think the Tran part is kind of sexist for transgender people, and that's probably going to be the last time I mention about LGBT people. Sorry about that. I'm not being offensive, but I don't want members of the LGBT community screaming at me in the comment section. And if I find one member of the LGBT in my comment section just yelling at me about how sexist I am, I might as well just disable my comment section entirely. But I like hearing your opinions, so yeah, that's probably gonna be the last time I mention them. I mean, Heatran was actually the first legendary to actually have gender because it has a 50-50 gender ratio. While Latios and Latios were gender locked. So yeah. And Flash Fire, that just eliminates fire type weaknesses, well, fire type damage in general, because of Flash Fire. Without it, it would be taking neutral damage to fire. And let me tell you, Heatran doesn't feel like an afterthought. I wish I could say the same for Regigigas' ability. That's the one drawback I hate about Regigigas. I'm gonna be like crushing it, by the way. Literally. Slow start. It's just, if you're trying to run a bulky, fast sweeper, you might as well try with Lucario or Burning. Hell, even Staraptor. Slow start just kicks you while you're down. You had no way to protect yourself unless your enemy is using a spread move, so you might as well just spam Wide Guard. But besides that, it can't do anything. It can't learn Protect or Rest. So you're basically, if you're using Regigigas, you're just basically digging your own grave. I know I've already angered some people. I know some people like Regigigas. But those I just ask, just why? Okay, I know it sounds harsh, but let's just move on. Giratina. I kind of like it. I mean, like, for the Platinum and the Order form was very appropriate because you could only encounter that form in the Distortion World, and that's the only chance to actually catch a Distortion World Pokemon while it's in the Distortion World. Also, I kind of like how after being in the Distortion World, okay, if you want a little bit of detail, the Distortion World is basically Giratina's prison or creating a Pokemon instead of it being created by our Lord Savior Arceus. So maybe it was Giratina doing that by giving Hooper its unbound form. That's probably why it's in the Distortion World. I don't know. And given its own orb, changing its form, I think that's kind of clever. And I like how that character was brought back, or like the Hoenn remakes, as well as the Zacian and Zamazenta. So yeah, Cresselia. I like it. I'm not hating it. I actually do genuinely like it. Like, I kind of like how it's supposed to be. I don't know where I'm going with it. In general, I like Cresselia. Fune. Yeah, we could skip this one. Manaphy. Yeah, we can also skip this one. Darkrai. This I love. This is honestly the best mythical out of all of Sinnoh. Because I once went through a phase. This was like I think last year or this year. I tried going emo, and for Pokemon I was using nothing but Dark types, and Darkrai was one of them. Yes, I did actually go through some sort of emo phase thing. I don't know, but so yeah, Darkrai. Number one mythical to me. Shaman, I mean, it's adorable. Well, I mean, it can handle itself in some situations. I wish I could say the same for Sky form against ice types. Oh, that's just. Oh, no, thank you. Arceus. Okay. Close your eyes. What do you see? Nothing? Well, that was life before Pokemon. That was just an egg. When it hatched, boom! Arceus was born, and it created a world we all love and know now. So, I gotta give this high appraisal. I'm not gonna be praying for Arceus, because, I mean, I'm not religious whatsoever. Arceus, no. I know I should be praying to you. It does say I should in the Pokemon Bible, but please, don't give me that religious stuff. The IRL Bible also says the seed assistant built an ark and rounded up 2 of every animal. So how do you think I feel? Alright, me and Arceus is about to have an argument now, it seems. We'll do my favorite region, Unova, and Kalos another time. So, yeah. Enjoy yourself. Honor of the Gen 8 DLC will be out on time.